Hello, boys and girls. This is Wrestling Rock on Tour RJ City, and you are listening to the Kings of the Ring. If you like it, great. And if not, well, I didn't really have that much to do with it.
You're listening to the Kings of the Ring Podcast Network.
Welcome to Empire-Mania 3. Every December since 1984, when Julian Cain concocted the supercard of all supercards to outdo Jesse James's Battle of the Stars every Thanksgiving, this end-of-the-year bash is set to rule them all, with Julian's goal of filling up an actual football stadium to not only beat out Jesse James's record-setting Wrestle America 85, which drew 30,000 in Charlotte, but to make history with the largest crowd in wrestling history. The two main matches on everyone's minds were one, M'Butu Zulu battling former partner Kong the Destroyer to, quote, earn his freedom from the management of Handsome Jack Trades, an angle that looked so much like slavery that the NAACP has been mounting large protests in the press for months. Julian sent Zulu directly to the NAACP to squash the controversy by claiming he's all for it, and it's not a slavery angle at all, it's an angle depicting a contract dispute like a baseball player. Zulu could not do this with a straight face, and completely spilled his guts to the rep for the NAACP, something no one knows about except him and M'Butu Zulu, who begged him to not repeat what he revealed. The other match is the biggest dream match in our sport, Thor Hansen defending the EWF World title against Goliath, who turned heel for the first time to set this angle up. Goliath, the biggest attraction in wrestling history, against the current top draw in Thor Hansen. Goliath brought in to not only give us a match that could fill a football stadium and give Julian Cain the ultimate achievement, but also to cement the legacy of Thor Hansen, who would have the biggest win ever if he beats Goliath. The problem is, Goliath is holding up Julian for $1 million to do this job. What's worse is, if he doesn't get it, he's not going to merely walk out and kill their main event. He will go out in the middle of the ring and beat the living shit out of Thor for real in front of America, which would destroy the EWF. Kings of the Ring is intended for mature audiences. Today's episode would be rated MA for violence, threats of sexual violence, profanity, and racist dialogue and slurs. Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to Empire-Mania 3. Thousands of fans line up outside the LA Memorial Coliseum this warm December afternoon for the biggest event in pro wrestling history, Empire-Mania 3. But not everyone here are fans, as the NAACP leads its protesters of dozens of African Americans with large cardboard signs on sticks, calling the EWF racist and demanding boycotts of the EWF for depicting slavery in the ring. As the protesters march and chant across the stadium grounds, the EWF fans ignore or jeer them, as even those who might not disagree are not going to give up the chance to see the dream match of all dream matches, Thor Hansen versus Goliath. Inside, the EWF Brain Trust does their best to treat this like any other show, to not get overwhelmed by the sheer magnitude of the largest wrestling show anyone has ever attempted. Yet the orchestrator of this mega card isn't even here. Still no sign of Julian. Strange. I assumed he would have been here with the janitors unlocking the gates.
We were drinking martinis at O'Hare, but he said he had a side trip to take before joining us in L.A. I don't remember where he was going.
Brilliant. But the show must go on.
Yes, we can run this. Nigel, you take Julian's spot on floor and handle me around locker room.
So much for slowing down, eh, Nige?
Beg your pardon?
When we jumped to the Empire from Atlanta, you said you were going to slow down, wean yourself out of wrestling. Seems like you're never going to retire.
Right, yeah. Are all the boys here? Everyone need to be here is here. But Thor don't trust Goliath, and they don't talk to each other.
Goliath always expects the other guy to go to him, and Thor says the champ don't need to chase after anybody.
Talk to Goliath again, Louie. Leslie, speak with Thor, and hopefully Julian will get here before that match completely blows up.
Kings of the Ring, episode 59, Empire-Mania 3. Julian Kavanaugh walks into the hallway from the stadium floor, where his opponent, the sweaty Brian Lovejoy, awaits with a handshake.
Bloody hell, that was amazing.
We made history going against you. The first match on the biggest show of all time. Thanks, brother.
They walk towards the locker room as wrestlers meander about.
Lads, it was electric. Must be 100,000 people out there.
Goliath sits in his corner of the locker room, a huge table beside him, multiple chairs and a large bench for him to sit. He sits in his gear, wrapping white tape around his wrists, as Louis plops down beside him.
So, how you think this match? How long you wanna go?
Don't matter.
Okay, we go 20?
Fine. Anything else?
Yes, what you do for finish?
Usual.
Okay, now this match big deal. I have idea for a few spots and the finish.
Nah, I'll call it in the ring.
Okay, at least for finish, we should talk how you put him over. Is finish important?
I said, I'll call it in the ring. Louis notices he's no longer just wrapping his wrists. He's taping his knuckles too, which he never does.
Why you use so much tape? You're going to have color tonight.
Not me.
What? Oh, I go to take a whiz.
Amid the protests, KCAL, the network affiliate in Los Angeles, interviews Antonio Sudler, who is leading the protests outside the Memorial Coliseum for the NAACP.
Found out about how or why the EWF is presenting this M'Butu Zulu as a slave. Anyone ask the wrestler what he thinks about any of this?
Sudler looks into the camera.
We don't know anything about the wrestler M'Butu Zulu other than what you see on TV. A man portrayed as a slave for entertainment, fighting for his freedom to sell tickets.
Having successfully avoided seeing Julian Cain all day, M'Butu Zulu, with towel over his head, wearing a red Adidas jogging suit like Run DMC, watches Leroy Brown versus Tall Paul Mulligan from afar. He's awestruck by the size of this massive crowd who came out to watch wrestling. And he wondered how many of these people came to see him fight for his freedom from Jack Trade's ownership.
Call it the ring? What about the finish?
He'll call that in the ring too.
Thor slams his duffel bag to the floor and paces around, his cowboy boots over his tight Levi's 501 jeans sliding around.
I don't need to do this, Hendo. I can just walk, like right now. Take a 20-minute cab ride straight to Paramount Studios and live the rest of my life as a movie star. A real movie star.
You'd quit over this?
I got options, dude. That's all I'm saying.
Come on, man, this is Empire-Mania. The biggest show ever. The biggest match ever. There's a lot of money riding on you today.
All I'm saying is the way Goliath is being about everything is bullshit. And if this is gonna be my last match, then I'm going out fighting. You hear me, Hendo? I'm going out fighting.
Approaches the Coliseum in his taxi as he sees the remnants of the NAACP protest, as most fans are now inside watching the show. He makes it to the back and limps into the dressing room hallway, and Goliath emerges from the men's room. Goliath looks at Julian's bruised face, completely devoid of front teeth, a black eye, and his suit blood-stained, stinking and dirty. The Green Bay Packers t-shirt flipped inside out underneath his jacket, Julian doing his best to look like Don Johnson in Miami Vice. Julian limps into the dressing room hallway when Goliath emerges from the men's room.
Go blimey. What the hell happened to you?
Goliath looks at Julian's face, bruised, bloody, and completely devoid of front teeth. His suit blood-stained, stinking and dirty. A Green Bay Packers t-shirt flipped inside out underneath his jacket.
For your sake, you better have ended up like that trying to rob a bank. If you want this day to end like you want.
Goliath threatens as he walks away.
He's here. Jesus Christ, Julian. Get hit by a bus on the way to the stadium or something?
I was mugged. What match are we on?
Number 3, the Battle Royal.
Good God, Julian. What the fuck happened to you?
Doesn't matter. I'll tell you later.
But your voice, you don't sound right.
I only want the focus to be on today. Got it?
Of course, we have show to do. But we might have bigger problem. Tell him, Endo.
Goliath won't talk to Thor, and Thor's so scared of being shot on, he's ready to leave for Hollywood, like right now.
If Goliath did try anything, what do you think would happen?
Goliath would kill him. I mean, Thor really can't do anything. I tried to work a few moves with him, but...
Hey, if he gonna double cross, we need to call the match right now. We put them out there, it could sink EWF.
Maybe if Goliath is working for most of the match, Thor can get a submission hold on, and we could ring the bell as if he won.
Oh, double cross Goliath before he double cross Thor. That's interesting, Endo. That they
Stop it. No one is double crossing anyone. Tell Thor if he can't trust Goliath, he can trust me. I'll take care of this.
Julian enters the locker room looking for Goliath when M'Butu Zulu tries to exit and stares at Julian like a deer caught in headlights.
Oh, shit.
He tries to squeeze past him.
Not so fast, Zulu.
Dang, Julian, your teeth and your face. What happened?
Never mind what happened to me. What happened to you? Why is the NAACP outside my show protesting Empire-Mania 3? You were supposed to talk to the reporter and kill this story.
I did. I tried, but I'm supposed to be an African savage, so I had to speak to him in kayfabe.
What did you say?
I said a few things in African and told him I'm like a baseball player trying to get out of my contract. I guess he didn't buy it. But you put me in a real spot, Julian.
I put you in a spot? You're so damn selfish. You see the spot I'm in? With everything going on here with Empire-Mania, my main event, my face, the protests, I should fire you.
The suggestion of that almost sounds like freedom to his ears.
I really am sorry, Julian. I didn't know what to say.
Right enough. I shouldn't expect you to know how to think on your feet. You're not the brightest bulb in the box. We'll do it again next week, and I'll script out exactly what you need to say, and you can memorize it. For Christ's sake, I have to do everything around here.
Julian finds Goliath in the rear parking lot sitting on a bench, drinking glasses of Crown Royal and throwing crumbs at pigeons.
Is that your plan? Drinking yourself into oblivion so you don't have to think about doing the job?
I don't need to be drunk to do the job. I only need one thing, and I'm still waiting for you to give it to me. And I see you empty-handed now, which tells me all I need to know. This ain't gonna be pretty, Julian, but you asked for it.
Goliath gets up.
I'll give you the $1 million. I don't have the cash on me. I've been indisposed. If you wait for banks on Monday, we'll get you every dollar.
How will you now?
Wait until Monday. We can both go to the bank and pick it up. All cash or cashier's check. Whatever you want. I gave you some kind of collateral. I don't know. Take Endo.
What you on about? Is my hostage? Is my sex slave or something? Sorry, he's not my type. But if you're gonna give me someone, how about your wife? For a little bit of how's your father? I can think of a few things I could do to her until Monday.
It's not gonna happen, but you're gonna have to wait.
Calm yourself, Julian. I ain't gonna rape your wife. I don't need to. You can get the money right now.
What?
Get it from the Coliseum. I know the gate's more than $1 million since you won't shut up about it. Bragging, boasting. The box office has to hold the gate as cash. You'll just be getting it before the show is done.
Julian smirks.
You really thought of everything, haven't you?
I always think of everything.
In front of his locker, M'Butu Zulu sighs as he takes off his red Adidas jogging suit jacket and kicks off his fat Adidas sneakers with no laces. An excited Handsome Jack Trades, already in his gimmick, walks up.
How you doing, Zulu?
Jack pats his shoulders.
Are you feeling it? I am. This angle tonight is gonna skyrocket us to the moon. Tonight's gonna be major. Then later on next year, I'll try to regain my ownership over you, and then we can...
Wait, what?
Yes, sir. We can milk this out forever, and I got tons of ideas. But it's all about getting you over. You're gonna be enormous, you think? I betcha our angle tonight even overshadows Thor and Goliath. Dang, Jack, you really are high on this angle. I wish I was. Cheer up, kid. I've been in this business a long time, and I've seen the crowds react to you. You have natural babyface charisma, even to white people. Come on now. You'll be like Leroy Brown at his peak, but better because you're like this larger-than-life cartoon character. And with EWF's audience, you'll reach more people than Leroy ever did. Wow, Jack, that'd be amazing. I can already picture little black kids all across the country carrying little toy spears, trying to be like their hero, M'Butu Zulu.
Jack slaps Zulu on the back as he walks away.
We got him, kid. We got him.
Nigel Davies joins Louis the Greek, Les Henderson, and Julian Cain, who's deep in thought near the stadium entrance.
I just spoke with the Coliseum Commission. We should finish the day with a paid attendance of over 78,000. Oh, really? Oh, yeah.
Oh, yes.
All right, man.
Happy days on here.
We've destroyed the wrestling attendance record, buried Charlotte, even beaten Dominic Dante's Italian show in 1966, which never had an official count anyway.
Everyone applauds and high fives, but Julian.
No,
I beg your pardon.
100,000. It has to be 100,000.
Stadium officials told us it's not even possible. Even the configurations for USC, the Rams and Raiders, can't reach 100,000. We were told all of this months ago.
With comps, how many people are here today?
Around 85,000.
That's a good start, but the Rolling Stones drew 90,000. We have to be able to tell people we beat them.
We can't just make up a figure.
Why not? It's not like we're a publicly traded company or something.
It's a lie. It can be disputed.
No one checks those things.
We can't just add 15,000 imaginary people.
We tell people Thor Hansen is 6'8". You and I both know he's 6'4" out of his booth.
That's different.
Is it?
Yes, these are business figures. Real. You can't work an attendance number.
Coliseum Commission told us 93,607 is capacity for football. So you start with that.
But you can't.
That makes us 6,393 shy of an even 100,000. Do people believe 6,500 fit on the floor of Olympic Coliseum? Then what about the stadium employees, the office workers, then our crew and all the wrestlers? Combine, that's 6,500 easy. But we can't hit 100,000 exactly. What's your birthday, Nigel?
July 3rd.
Okay. 100,073. No. Let's tack on another 100. Sounds more legitimate. 100,173 will be our official attendance.
Nigel scowls at Julian. Everyone else is uneasy, Louis rubbing the back of his neck.
No one even knows what 100,000 people for a wrestling show even looks like. They'll believe it. And when we repeat 173 enough times, it will be accepted as fact forever.
We sold 78,000 tickets, which is unfathomable. Sometimes the truth is enough, Julian.
Wrong. The truth is cruel. The truth is harsh.
Julian thinks about the truth his own father used against him his entire life.
I control the truth from now on. And as of right now, the truth is 100,173. Make sure Gary King and Chase Styles get that number 2 so they can announce it.
They start to break off.
But if he's still there, I'll get final numbers from him. I'm going to the box office.
You don't trust my figures.
Don't take it personally, Nigel.
Henderson pops open a can of Tab when he sees someone he doesn't recognize wandering the locker room. A 6'3" muscle man in a shirt and tie with a shaved bald head. He turns, revealing a goatee.
Say, are you Vladimir Rakov?
Yes, but you can call me Nate Wilkinson.
Hey man, you're even bigger in person than the magazines. No wonder they're so high on you.
Nigel sees him as well and walks over.
What are you doing here? Was Apollo Sampson with you? You should be in Atlanta. Why are you here? Jeez, Nigel, give him a break.
Oh, yes, sir, it's just me. Looking for Julian Cain, but joining the Empire Wrestling Federation.
But you're part of the World Wrestling Alliance. You're one of their top guys. This isn't good. You should go back. No one needs to know you're here.
No way. I have no loyalty to the Alliance anymore. They made a lot of promises they didn't come close to keeping. Screw those guys. Brutal Bob Walker is no better than Jesse James. The shits.
Came to the right place. Just stick around, make yourself at home, pour yourself a cup of coffee. Julian's running around, but he'll be back. I'll try to introduce you to him later, but otherwise, we'll talk to you. Louie, come here.
Nigel shakes his head in disapproval.
Kings of the Ring will be back after these messages.
I was right in the middle of a caramello when I found gold.
Golden smooth caramel. Deep inside every delicious bite of creamy Cadbury's Dairy Milk chocolate.
Right in the middle of a caramello when I found gold.
Golden caramel inside creamy Cadbury's Dairy Milk chocolate. Now 16% bigger.
I was right in the middle of a caramello when I found gold.
Enjoy extra sugar-free gum.
You get extra flavor, extra fun, in extra sugar-free gum.
Extra, the only leading sugar-free gum with NutraSweet, gives you extra refreshing flavor that lasts an extra long time.
Extra flavor for that extra long glide. Extra flavor for that extra long ride. When you chew it extra, the extra fresh flavor lasts an extra long time.
Extra lasts extra long.
We now return to Kings of the Ring.
M'Butu Zulu is having a virtual panic attack. He paces back and forth, his 350-pound bulky body shirtless but with Adidas jogging pants still on, not yet into his wrestling gear. He thinks about what Jack Trade said about tonight's angle, and Julian basically letting him off the hook about the NAACP since he's so committed to pushing him and his plans. Then he looks at this giant cartoon spear in his locker and remembers what Jack said about that. Sweat pours down his face as he's overwhelmed with conflict and uncertainty on what to do. He needs his best friend. Tommy! He shuffles over to the Hawaiian monk Tommy Aloha, who's walking towards him in his gear.
Tommy, I need to talk. I need you.
Tommy looks at him stoically, remembering their last argument, and coldly walks straight past him out of the locker room. Zulu's heart sinks as he looks around, lost. Luke St. Pierre putting on a white Esprit cut-off shirt. You okay, brother?
Yeah, French. Where's Killian Kavanaugh?
I don't know. He could be anywhere. He's done working now. He's just hanging out looking for rats.
Shit, fuck man. I gotta get out of here.
Zulu grabs his bag and pushes out the rear stadium exit. Good idea, brother. Get the smoke. It'll calm your nerves. I do that in Canada all the time. Jack trades Kong the Destroyer, the referee, Les Henderson, and Louis the Greek are at the stadium entrance waiting around. Julian Cain walks by carrying a duffel bag and doesn't say a word as he heads towards the locker room. Louis looks at his watch.
Where M'Butu Zulu? Figured he would have been waiting for us. He's so excited for this.
The referee comes back.
No one's seen him anywhere. Bathrooms, parking lot, nothing.
Luke St. George strolls by to watch the rest of the show from the floor.
Frenchie, you seen Zulu?
Last I saw him, he was looking for Killian Kavanaugh and went out back for a smoke. I look at the referee who shakes his head no.
He done a smoke. What? And where did he go?
Now that I think about it, he took all his bags, which was kinda weird.
Oh shit. Did he walk out on us? Jack, what did you say? Don't blame me. I told him he'd be the biggest star in the world after tonight. You scared him away. Too much pressure. Bullshit.
What are we gonna do? Well, we need to buy some time. Someone get word of the ring for Tommy to go another 10 minutes.
No, we need that time for Kong match and main event.
Can we kill the match and put it on TV when we find Zulu?
He's not coming back. You can't trust those people. They're not reliable. I'm surprised Leroy even showed up today.
Oh, come off it, Jack.
M'Butu Zulu stomps and smashes his spear against the edge of the dumpster, then hurls the mask like a frisbee across the parking lot, and chucks the entire giant duffel bag with his grass skirt and pieces of bone inside as well. He bends over, chest heaving in frustration. As Hendo, Louie, and Jack Trade scramble to figure out how to salvage the semifinal of the biggest show in wrestling history, Julian Cain comes back.
What's going on? That ungrateful mongrel Zulu walked out on the company. Zulu? That traitor. Those motherfuckers at the NAACP must have gotten to him. Fuck. And now me and Tama are screwed out of a payday because of that filthy ball. No. Match isn't going to die because of those assholes. We'll put someone else in Zulu's spot.
Bad Leroy Brown.
You would trust another one? Enough, Jack. Not Leroy. This is a prime spot. Not wasting it on a has-been nothing. You start out in the ring, we play Zulu's bongo music. Then he doesn't come out. Then you take the mic and call him a coward. Then a new babyface comes out, and we transfer all the heat to that guy. You'll know what to say. Oh, I know exactly what to say. Oh boy, do I ever.
Whatever you do not say the word runaway.
Why wouldn't I? He's like a runaway slave.
Don't say that. It doesn't exactly help our baseball player defense if you're saying that out loud.
Say chicken or coward, but don't say he ran away. They're right. I'll deal with that insubordinate traitorous scum. Your job is to set up the new guy. Now who should it be?
Tommy Aloha?
Ha! A brown? Tommy and match right now. We can't do him.
Can we check again for Zulu in the back? I mean, French said he was looking for Killian. Maybe he knows where to win.
That's it. Just like I thought. M'Butu Zulu is a yellow-bellied coward. This was your chance, Zulu, to prove you're a warrior. But instead, you just showed the world you're nothing but a chicken.
A wave goes over the crowd as the sea of fans stands, unsure how to react as Jack Trades and Kong see their ally walk to the ring. Killian Cavanaugh?
Yeah, Jack, you did what you always wanted. You scared off M'Butu Zulu. Whenever you showed up, he's gone. Forever.
Kong raises his arm in victory while Trades pumps his fist.
But can you blame him? What did you put him through? Playing them mind games, controlling him, destroying his mind. You destroyed him, Jack.
Since when do you care so much?
I stood by when you turned this poor fella into something worthless. And I won't stand for it anymore.
Killian Cavanaugh dead stares Jack Trades.
What do you mean?
If M'Butu Zulu won't fight you, then I will.
Jack yells at Killian, poking his finger in his chest. Killian looks down and grabs his finger and twists it.
Kong hammers Killian Cavanaugh from behind. Oh, he's tearing off his Irish Hammer t-shirt and throws Killian into the ropes. Killian ducks the clothesline and flies in the air with a flying forearm. 1, 2, 3! Killian just hit the Irish Hammer and the fans are going ballistic. Now look at him leaning back against the rail in the front row, mobbed by the fans. He's laughing at Jack Trades. They love him. They sure do, Dominic Dante.
On the edge of the stadium floor, Julian Cain stands beside Louis the Greek, the cheer so immense, the Olympic Coliseum literally shaking around them.
Julian, what have you done? I never hear Thor cheer this loud.
Julian can't believe it either.
You spend no time look for a replace Thor. Killian was here all along.
Hercules Harris slams the dumpster shut as he can hear the faint roar from the Coliseum in the distance, walking tall for the first time in a long time, then gets into his Oldsmobile and heads east. Empire-Mania in his rear-view mirror. Thor is more ripped up than ever, with his muscles extra baby oiled up, and a torn headband covering one eye like he's ready for war, with white tape covering both hands like a boxer. A calm Goliath stands at the curtain beside Les Henderson, waiting for his introduction.
Thor, why are your fists tight?
Thor looks at Goliath nervously, then back at Hendo.
Whatever.
Well, take it off. It ain't a stipulation. It don't make sense. Come on, man.
Fine.
Thor begins unraveling the tape as he turns to Hendo.
I know he said he's gonna call it the ring, but I want to know the finish.
Goliath sneers at Thor.
Body slam me. And do your little baby knee drop. Hell no. Clothesline or big boot first, then the American knee. When I call body slam, we go out. That's the finish. You gotta be 700 pounds now. You're bigger than ever. I'm quite light on my feet. When I want to be. Guess you'll find out. In the ring.
And Goliath steps out through the curtain. Hendo tries to hide his worry.
Just follow his lead out there. When he calls for the body slam, just go home and you win. You're going to be a legend.
He's going body slam because he's going to sandbag the move and fall on me with all his weight like he did to Buddy Melrose. And then all hell's going to break loose.
He'll go up for you.
I don't trust him.
Thor, you got to have faith.
In God?
No, in Julian. But just in case, we're going to have 6 police officers at ringside.
What?
This battle between Goliath and Thor Hansen has been incredible. Watching these two titans fighting tooth and nail for supremacy of the Empire Wrestling Federation. True words have never been spoken, Dominic Dante. Both these men bathed in sweat, battered and bruised. Goliath heaves the American Viking across the ring, lifts his leg in the air. Wait, Thor ducks. It hits a clothesline. Goliath is teetering, and Thor doesn't know what to do. He crosses himself, and he's going to body slam him. Can he do it? What strength! He did it! Thor runs to the corner and flies out with the American knee drop. 1, 2, 3! History's been made! Thor Hansen has done what no man has done in 15 years. He has pinned Goliath. Even you didn't do that, Dominic!
After being mobbed by the wrestlers and EWF personnel in congratulations, Thor finds a quiet moment to himself and breaks down. The emotion of these past weeks, the fear and uncertainty crippling him and causing his hair to fall out in clumps. He sits in a chair with his face in his hands, weeping.
Congratulations, Thor. You're incredible out there.
Thor looks up and sees Julian Cain, looking unkempt from the day, his face bruised and teeth still missing, and dried up blood on his coat.
Oh, Julian.
Thor jumps up and embraces the owner of the EWF, who doesn't know how to react to this emotion. He holds Julian by his shoulders and looks into his eyes.
So screwed up your face was. I didn't check on you today. I'm sorry.
That's fine.
No, it's not, dude. Because I know that was from Goliath, right? I know what he's like, and I know you fought for me and sacrificed your own face to make sure Goliath did the honors.
Of course. I'd do anything for the EWF and my guys.
I know it. And I want you to know from now on, you got me 100%.
Okay, that's good.
No, I mean it. 100% EWF. Paramount made me this huge offer, but I ain't doing it. I don't do anything in Hollywood unless it comes from you, Julian. Consider Daniel Daybreak canned, because I know you got my back, and I got yours. Till the end, brother.
Julian puts on a smile, but he can't help but think how Killian Cavanaugh got the biggest pop of the night. Cleaned up in his cowboy boot rock star outfit, Thor bounces around, ready to party all night. He grabs his case and finds Goliath in the back corner of the locker room, closing up his Halliburton suitcase, and offers his hand.
Goliath, I want to thank you for the match and putting me over. You made me a legend tonight, and I'll never forget what you did.
Thor bites his lip in anticipation, hoping Goliath can at least shake his hand without starting any shit.
Thor, it was an honor.
Thor's jaw drops.
Something I've wanted to do for you ever since Japan. What? I knew one day it'd be you and me. I always thought that would have been an AMW for Charlie Gotch. But fate played its hand, and here we are. But I thought you fucking hated me. I was taking the piss out of you. It's been years, and I needed to know if you were what I thought you were. You've got it all, Thor. You're the biggest star in the world, and will be far bigger than me when all's said and done. I don't know what to say, but you need to know your worth. The EWF needs you more than you need them. Oh man, I'm loyal to Julian Cain. I can count on him. Just remember my words, lad. Here, help me up.
Thor pulls Goliath up by the fist, and he can feel how Goliath needs every ounce of help.
People think I drink all the time because I'm a miserable cunt. I am a miserable cunt, but I drink because it's the only way I can live with this pain. My bones can't support this body anymore, Thor. When I walk, I feel like I'm carrying a piano on me back. And every step is like lightning bolts shooting up me legs. This was it for me, Thor. I'm done. Thank you for giving me one last hurrah.
Goliath puts his giant hand on Thor's back as he lifts his new duffel bag, the same one Julian was carrying in the hallway earlier, and his old suitcase that he's carried for years. Thor, wiping tears from his eyes.
Can I carry your bags to your car at least? Nah, let me do this one last time. Just make sure they remember me. Hey, Thor?
And he hobbles out of the locker room. As Goliath is about to put his duffel bag into the back seat of his Lincoln Continental, he hears Julian.
What? No goodnight kiss? There he is. The boy wonder.
Goliath turns as Julian approaches.
As you demanded, I didn't tell anyone about this. You counted it? You're satisfied? You saw the match.
Julian hands him another check.
Here's the actual payoff. You and Thor got the same, $750,000. And you can consider this your severance pay. You're fired. No rematch, no nothing. You know, you're more like Charlie Gotch than your old man. What did you just say? You ever wonder why I went to your father's funeral? Why he was the only one I wasn't treating like dirt? There isn't anyone who doesn't get along with Jonathan Cain. That's documented. His demeanor or something just calm people. Most people. Jonathan Cain was quiet, well-mannered, and treated everyone with respect. A proper gentleman. Charlie Gotch was loud, brash, imposed his will, intimidated, and wrecked everything in his path.
Julian smugly beams with pride inside.
I saw what he was all about in my last run with Buddy Melrose that ended in a bloody brawl. Charlie was a fighter till the very end. Wrong. Charlie Gotch sacrificed his own son to me. His own blood. Charlie was spineless, desperate. He would have licked the sweat off me balls if I told him to. Bullshit. What are you defending him for? I'm not. You know why me and Dominic Dante never wrestled? Jonathan knew a babyface match of that magnitude would have dulled the luster of the two biggest faces in wrestling. It would have left both of you for a one-night gate. Wrong again. I refused to put Dominic over. I never liked that arrogant greaseball. So I demanded the biggest payoff in the business to do the job. Your father refused. He told me he would rather kill the match than back down to me. He never told me that. Of course he didn't. It was nobody's business but him and me. Whenever he called for a booking, I made sure I was there for it, because I respected him. Shame your old man didn't rub off on you, and you end up more like Charlie, a coward, licking the sweat off me balls.
Goliath steps in his car while Julian's eyes water in frustration.
You think you got it all figured out, eh, boy wonder? But I've been watching you. You're arrogant, sloppy, careless, leaving too much rope for someone to hang you. You're gonna lose Julian one day. What? I bet in 5 years you'll be out of the business. I guarantee it.
Laugh will be on you, Goliath. I'm about to win the whole thing.
Go pick up your teeth, you bloody fool.
Fuck off. If you ever come back, I'm gonna...
There you have it. Lots of crying in the end of this emotional night. And who had Goliath turning babyface on their bingo card? I hope you were successfully swerved on that one. Went from the most violent, despicable monster to this tragic old man who secretly wrestled his last match to put over his old protege. And stuck it to Julian Cain on the way out, hitting some very deep father issue nerves. Whew. More on that in Breaking Kayfabe, the ancillary podcast series available only on patreon.com/kingsotr, where we'll break down this episode and go over all the Easter eggs and references. So that's the EWF. What about the Alliance? And what the hell happened to Julian Cain's face? All these questions answered in the season finale of the most impactful and possibly best season of Kings of the Ring ever, episode number 60, Ghosts.